Hello. Let's try that again. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, and the yarn hoe. Coming to you with another episode. I feel like I'm a fraud because I don't have a number. It's another episode. Welcome. And let me get this out of the way. If you are new and you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I do upload once a week. Thank you for being here. And for my peeps, my diehards, my hanging in there with me since the beginning. Hey y'all. Okay, so I know I said last week wasn't going to be long and it wound up being an hour. My bad. I know this week is not going to be long. I don't think. I don't have a lot of footage. I wasn't out and about, but I do have things to show you and things to talk about. So let's get to it. What are we discussing? What's on the agenda? I can speak. What's on the agenda this week? So first, of course, we're going to talk about mail, because I got mail. I got mail. I got mail. We're going to talk about mail. We're going to talk about my whip and a challenge that I put out on Friday that has blown me away. So I want to tell you guys about it. Feel free to participate. But that's what it's going to be. Short and sweet. If I could keep my voice together. You guys ready? Let's get it. I got mail. Come on in here because I got mail. We are gonna start with my mail because I got mail. So again, I have said multiple times that I'm still trying to come to terms with the gifts, come to a comfortable space to simply say thank you. I know I need to stop telling people what they don't have to do because everybody is adults. But I'm still always not put off. I can't put a proper label on the feelings for gifts. But the mail again was gifts. So thank you. So let's start with the ladies from Mason Dixon Knitting. So when I started the socks, or before I started the socks, I had the opportunity of experiencing a field guide for the very first time. I admitted to you guys that I had no idea what they were, why you would want them. I just didn't know, right? So I've already told you guys that field guide number 11, which is all about the anatomy of socks, and also the first one that I ever experienced, is a must, especially for new sock knitters. It is a must, right? So then I saw how did they do it? They announced the designer of the next field guide, and the designer of number 12 is mine. She belongs to me, Jen Geigley. Who is Jen Geigley, Gigi? Is that what you're saying? Jen Geigley is the designer behind the wildly popular, and I say wildly because last time I looked, it was close to 20,000 projects. So 20,000 people. I'm sure there were some multiples in there, but you get what I'm saying, and that is the Gaptastic. The Gaptastic probably is the first cowl that I ever made. If I can find the picture, I believe I still have it. If I can find the picture, I will share it in here. But the Gaptastic was the very first cowl that I made. I felt so accomplished because it's seed stitch. And to me, again, I think I've said this a few times before, why I was always intimidated by knitting, because I learned to crochet first. We all know that, right? Why I was always intimidated by knitting is because it looked so polished. It looked like it had to be hard, right? So when I did my first seed stitch and my Gaptastic, I love it. And I don't even have it anymore. I think I gave it to one of my nieces. They took it from around my neck and was like, oh, okay, yay. And I was like, all right, keep it. And I always said I would make another one, and I never did. But I love the Gaptastic. So let me stop rambling. Jen Geigley is the designer behind Field Guide number 12. Field Guide number 12 is called Big Joy. Something else, those of you that are new to me that you may not know, those that have been around a minute are very aware of what I'm getting ready to say. But in the beginning of my knitting journey, my philosophy was go big or go home. Go big or go home. The bigger, the bulkier, that was my thing. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so as I was saying, I had to pause and go get the stuff to show you what I mean. Go big or go the hell home was my philosophy. And a couple reasons behind that. I love the dramatic look of a big chunky stitch, right? Go big or go the hell home. These are my Go Girls baby giants, mini giants. I forget the full name of them, but these are called giants. These are the small ones. Mine are 20 inches. I forget what inch mine are, but the big ones are taller than these. So go big or go home was my philosophy. Go big or go home. That was my philosophy. Go big or go the hell home. You guys following me now? So a couple reasons why go big or go home was my thing. That instant gratification, because self-confidence, which is going to tie into some other things later. But yeah, so we get it. We get where we are. Go big or get out of my face. So that's why I carry on so about the little needles, because if I couldn't knit it with my vampire stakes, I wasn't doing it, right? So having said that, that's where my love affair came in with Jen, because one of her books, the first one I came across, was called Weekend, because everything that's designed in the book you can make in a weekend, which I think is ideal for beginners. But I digress. I can go off on a tangent. As you can see, I have, oh, wait, I got to show you one more thing. When they go home, go big or go home. Like, I love the big bumps. I still need to make myself a throw out of this to put on the bed. Go big or get out of my face. So again, that is where my love initially with knitting came from. That is why I carry on so when things require such little needles, because I was a lover of all things big and bulky. I mean, I have bins of stuff that I can pull out, things that I've made. Yeah. Bigger, dramatic. That was me. So, back to Mason Dixon and Big Joy. Big Joy has always been my joy. But that's why I was so in love with this. So, just to kind of give you some ideas of the patterns that are in here. First, I am in love with this cardigan. I am in love with this cardigan. It's called Main Squeeze Cardigan. And I want to say this is Rowan's Big Wool. it says that it uses. I'm just going to pause, give you guys a second. Okay. The other thing in here that I love them all because there's hats in here which are quick. If you are a holiday knitter, you start knitting you make handmade gifts for your family, this is perfect. This throw with the bobbles. I like it. I like it. I like it. And I especially like it because you place the bobbles afterwards. I know a lot of people get tired of the bobbles, but so cute. Then you have this I'm Not Lost hat campaign that Jen did in her area. Jen is from Iowa. And she was making hats and putting these tags on them that says I'm not lost and leaving them, in places that people that needed them can take them. And the tag says, I'm not lost. If you're cold and need this piece of clothing to keep warm, please take it. Hand knitted with love and good wishes. And as a part of this book, you have access to a download where you could download those tags, right? So again, nothing better than a bulky hat. Flies off your needle. So that's another project. There is a 2 hats. The stripy scrappy hat I love because we all have leftover yarn. We all have leftover yarn. And it doesn't matter if the colors match. Just make you a hat using the scraps. That is just the best thing ever if you ask me. And then there is a nice big bulky cow. So that's the brambleberry cow. So again, mail. I got mail. This is great mail. So if you are a lover of bulky yarn, because I believe everything in here is bulky, worsted maybe. Yeah, because the big wool is yeah, most of these looks like they're big wool. The throw is big wool. The hats are big wool. Yep, it looks like everything in here is big wool. So if you have some bulky yarn laying around, or if you're in the market for buying some bulky yarn, or if you plan on going to Rhinebeck or any of the festivals that are coming up soon, and you need to make a list because there's some things you want to make bulky. And I believe you can get some of this yarn from the ladies at Mason-Dixon. So there is 5 patterns in this book, and that is Field Guide number 12, Big Joy. So that was one thing I got in the mail. The other thing I got in the mail came from my Sammy in Australia. So on Instagram, she is known as the Littlest Stitch. And she made me a bag with peaches on it to go with my Georgia peach yarn. Isn't that pretty? That's the inside. And there are pockets. And there's a nice handle with, you can attach it to something, or I've been putting my keys on here so that I don't put them down and can't find them when I'm out and about. So that was a gift. And Sammy mailed this to Adela, and Adela sent it to me because she made 2. I think Adela is going to give away one of these bags in one of her giveaways. So I already talked to Adela. I've already shown this on live. So Adela, when you watch this, don't start no mess because I've already shown this yarn. I've already gotten your permission to show the yarn. So please, on live, telling everybody I'm spicy. I'm not spicy. I don't want to fight with you over your fabulous yarn. So this was also in the bag. Okay, disclaimer. Y'all be getting me in trouble with Adela. This yarn is her Mufasa from her Lion King club. So it is not available. You cannot beg, borrow, and steal, guilt her into dyeing this again. It's not happening. I love Adela. Please don't ruin our friendship. Anyway, isn't Mufasa pretty? She loves me. She likes to fight with me, but she loves me. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, 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 pretty. So that was mail to this mail. This gift totally blew my mind away. So we're going to start with the card, right? The envelope says, just a note to say never change, Gigi. So I should have known from that on the card that this particular gift was going to blow me away, right? So here's the card that came with it. And it says, you do so much, you do it so well, you do us so proud. Inside it says, I love listening to you speak and tell it like it is. You're so insightful and always have a positive vibe that you pass down to Shelby. I wish I could have had a daughter and had a relationship like that. You're always inspirational too, and a confidence builder. It says, Gigi, you do know you're so amazing, right? I don't know that. I'm working on it, but thank you. And so love too. I just wanted to show my appreciation to you for your YouTube and Instagram videos. Love, Angie. So look, I said love Angie before I read the little note that says she could say her, I could say her name, but it was too late. Thank you, Angie. So guys, you ready for this gift? So here's the nice sparkly box that it came in. And let me say to you, in my family, I'm the gift giver. I am the gift fairy, right? And I say that because I'm a people watcher by nature. I'm very attentive and I pay attention to the little things. So odds are, if I do give you a gift, I usually can't wait to give it to you when you're supposed to get it, like the birthday, the Christmas, Mother's Day, whatever, especially if I know it's something that you love, because I get so much joy out of you getting what you wanted, right? And I'm like, open your gift, open your gift, open your gift. I get more excitement out of you opening something that I know you love. Does that make sense? So the best gift doesn't always cost a whole bunch of money, guys. It really doesn't. It's the thought behind it. If you pay attention to people, the little things really matter. And this is a box full of little things. So we're going to start off with this yarn that you see has like shades of orange and purple. And the first thing I said was, this is me and Shelby, because I love orange and Shelby loves purple. And what does her note say? Reminds me of you and Shelby. And then she has two hearts, GGSM for Shelby Monet. Just thoughtful. Then we have an orange pen and an orange Post-its. Thoughtful. This, I cackled to high heavens when I opened it. It is orange DPNs, right? We all know how I feel about DPNs. Her note says DPNs for socks. Sorry, I brought DPNs before I knew you called them the devil. You can use as a cable needle. So if you guys don't know, I always say the D in DPN stands for devil, because these things, trying to make socks and stuff, drive me crazy. However, they're orange. The thought behind them was fabulous. I am going to use them. Thank you, Angie. She also bought me a circular needle, orange, and she got me a size 2. Again, I don't know why those size needles exist, but she said from now that since you're making socks and you hate DPNs, she got me the DPNs. Then I just shared with you guys recently that I love to read. So she got me a stretchy book cover to cover my books. And it says, because it's orange and you love to read. Guys, this is the stuff. This is what I'm talking about. And then there is a little case for your DPNs or your circulars to go in, which is also orange. I don't need to say that. You can see it. But so the main part of this gift, where is it? What did I do with it? Hold on, guys. The main part of this gift Be right back. The main part of this gift, because it's happening right now, I'm having a power surge. Look, guys. Excuse me. It's a fan. It is a fan that I can wear around my neck for when moments like right now. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Whew. Guys, and the fan can hang around my neck. I'm going to put a knot in this so it can hang closer to my face. Heaven. And she said, a fan for your power surges. The little things, guys. The little things. Do you understand that I'm getting ready to go buy 1,000,000 batteries because this will never, ever not work? Do you understand? Yes, I am that woman. I am that age that I'm going to walk around with a fan around my neck. Because, whoo, baby, I'm hot. So that is, I believe, mail for this week. That was good mail, right? I think so. I'm back. Okay. So now I want to give you an update on my whip. We know that I am currently working on the Droplet Capelet by Denise Bidone, and I am using the infamous yarn that caused the public battle between Adela and I. And I am down into the body of it now, which is a really, really, really easy two row repeat. But let me arrange these stitches so you can see the part that I love. So she has set up the decreases in such a way that it starts to go in the other direction. So it gives it this geometrical feel, if that makes sense. So this is going to be fabulous. The design is wonderful anyway, but this color, baby, I know everybody don't like orange, but when I tell you this is going to be a showstopper, this is going to be a showstopper. So I'm moving along pretty good. I will share that when I first got into the body of it, we won't name any dog names, but some particular four-legged person grabbed it and ran. And yeah, I had to think back quite a bit to fix what he did. So you guys almost was going to come on here today and see an auction for a dog. Almost. So I had to think back and get it back on track. But she is back on track. And I'm moving along pretty good. So only thing is I am thinking I might, because the stitches are so bunched up on this little cable, I may run to Yarnia today and see if I could find me a US 3 with a little bit of a longer cable. I think this one I have is, this might be 24. I don't know, but that's just a whole bunch of stitches on there. Am I the only one like that? I don't like for it to be too bunched up because then you can't really see it. I don't know. And I still have a ways to go of increasing. So I may go get a bigger cable or another needle, because this needle, these are my signatures, which I love, but this is a fixed one. It's not a interchangeable one. The other ones that I have are interchangeable, and I thought I could switch this one out, but this is a fixed one. So I may do that today. I may run as soon as they open and grab it and keep going. So this can stretch out a little bit because it's all bunched up. But again, very simple two row repeat for the lace that you can easily memorize. Like, only time I've looked at the pattern at this point was at any point, actually, now that I think about it, initially, you know, to get your to get the cast on amount, right? And then how many inches my ribbon needed to be. And once I got past the ribbing, and once I saw what I was supposed to be doing for the increases, like I go back, I need to look and see now how many stitches I need to have on the needle before I get to the next phase of it. But super, I mean, her patterns are well written. Video support, I think I've said that before. And honestly, the end result of this is spectacular. And it's, like I said, 2 rows that's so very easy to repeat, to memorize, and you repeat. So it's a really, only thing I was about to say it's a mindless knit, but where I'm going to say it's not mindless, because I was talking to folks and doing it, and where I should have been doing 1 row of the repeat, I was doing the other, so I had to go back. So that's the only thing, just to be sure that you pay attention which row you're on, and you know which portion of those 2 rows you should be doing at that point. But other than that, fairly simple. If you can yarn over, if you can knit 2 together, you got it. Knit, purl, basic stuff. Another reason why I love knitting, it looks so, you know, polished. I guess is the best word I've always said. It looks so polished. But really, honestly, if you can knit and you can purl, it is the combination of those 2 stitches that just winds up making such a beautiful piece. So I'm really happy with it. And my goal is to have it done before Rhinebeck, which I don't think should be a problem. I plan to be a walking, talking Lola Bean Yarn Company billboard. So I'm going to wear, my knits will all be things that I've done in her yarn. That's my plan. So I will have on my Franca. I plan on taking my Swancho. I have a hat that I made, and I think I'm going to try to, if I have time permit, and make a hat in the rest of the Georgia Peach, because I do have some Georgia Peach left. I said I was going to sell it. I was going to be walking around Rhinebeck like I got that Georgia Peach. Come on, I got some Georgia Peach. But I think I'm going to make me a hat to match my Franca, because if it's chilly, I plan on wearing my Franca, but I'll just have layers underneath it so that I can just simply wear that and display all the grandeur that is that Georgia Peach and that fabulous pattern by Coco Knits. So that's the plan. So if you are going to Rhinebeck, you will see me. I will have on orange, and it will be some orange that damn Della dyed for me. So now let's talk about the I Love Me on Purpose challenge. You ready? So how many of you have Facebook? I ask that because one of the features of Facebook that I absolutely positively love is the memories. Every day I go in and look at my memories, and it'll tell you what you have done on that day, however far back you have something that you posted on that particular day. And I love it because, you know, we live in a microwave society, and as fast as it happens, we forget about it and we're on to the next thing. So I love that Facebook will remind me of posts I've made, pictures I've shared, things that made me laugh, things that, you know, whatever. I just love it. So having said all that, my memories the other day, a picture that I had taken years ago popped up. But it wasn't so much the picture that got me as it was the caption. Hold on, guys. I should have had this ready. Forgive me. So this is the picture that popped up in my memories. This picture was taken quite some years ago. My ex was a photographer, and I was his muse quite often. So this is an old picture. I can't even tell you how many years ago this, but this was an old picture. So let me just go on and explain. The caption under this picture said, and I'm going to read it to you. Excuse me. It says, I'm going to be transparent, y'all, so bear with me. I'm 50 years old, and I have battled with self-esteem all my life. The whole dark-skinned folks being less than chiseled away at my soul. I can honestly say this morning's memories had me laughing, singing, and then close to tears. Why? Because I looked at this picture and said, that's me. And I look pretty. I know folks tell me that often, but if I don't believe it. So today, y'all, I looked and I sincerely smiled because I may be dark, but damn it, I'm pretty too. Love yourself today for me, okay? Make that a challenge, is what I wrote 2 years ago. So Friday, I added to it. So today I challenge you to look beyond society's ruler and truly see the beauty that is you. Please join me in the I Love Me on Purpose challenge by posting a picture of yourself and ignore what you deem imperfect and celebrate what you love. My dark skin has always been an issue, but no more. You're going to get this dark skin covered in orange. I may not be perfect according to the world, but I love who I am. Yes, I love me on purpose. So I posted that, and it was more for me than it was for anyone else. I'll say that. I'm trying not to get emotional because if you've been around long enough, you know the story behind the orange. You know that I hid the fact most of my life that I loved orange because in my culture, in my family, in my upbringing, there's a thing called colorism, and we do it to ourselves. I don't need anyone that doesn't look like me to make me feel bad about the color of my skin because my own people would do it. So there was a thing as, the early 60s, the early 50s, they called it a brown paper bag test. If you were darker than a brown paper bag, you were not good enough. And I'm darker than a brown paper bag. So coming up, one of the things was when you're dark like me, you don't wear bright colors. So that's why I hid that I loved orange most of my life, because I was taught, it was ingrained in me that I should not wear orange because of the tone of my skin. I'm sorry. I would get things like, I was always told I was pretty. Let me say that. I'm not going to take that away. But you're so pretty. For a dark-skinned girl, you're so pretty. So am I pretty because I'm dark, or am I just pretty? So that's a wound that's deep in me, guys, that I don't know that will ever totally heal. I'm sorry. I don't know that it will ever totally heal, but I get to a place now that I can look in the mirror and I can smile and I can say, hey, gay, there's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful just the way you are. There's nothing wrong with your skin color, and you're beautiful. So it took me all this time to get here. You guys know it's chapter 53 for me. And it took me all this time to get here. So I knew, like the kids say, somebody needs to read this. And when I tell you I've been blown away by the response, I've been blown away by the response. So many people that you look at and, they're popular, they have all the followers, but they're sharing their stories of feeling less than, of feeling inadequate. And because I prompted, they posted a picture of themselves. They were uncomfortable with their gray hair, or they never liked the shape of their nose, but they were posting their pictures because I said, I need you to love yourself today for me. I need you to say, I love me on purpose. And guys, So many people participated. So many people put their picture up, told their story. They unshed, they just took that layer off. That's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. So many people shared. So if you're on Instagram, please go look at the hashtag. It's hashtag I love me on purpose. And so many people share. You got to read the stories. You got to connect with these people, whether they were shy, whether they were told they were something different as a kid, whether they're getting older and they're not comfortable with the changes in their body. Whatever it is that they have issue with, they sat and they took a picture and they posted it and they tagged me and they shared their story. So there's a ton of them. The post has over 4,000 likes, close to 700 comments. But as many likes as it is, I did notice that the post now has like 4,700 likes on it and close to 800 comments. But there's not that many pictures, right? So that says to me, I touched the nerve, but some folks are still not comfortable, right? They're still not comfortable. And on my Facebook page, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to cry. I'm sorry. On my Facebook page, on Saturdays, I asked 10 questions. And I kept it along that self-love, right? And I asked everybody, tell me, what have you done for yourself lately? Tell me what, without a doubt, will always make you smile. Tell me, what do you do when you're sad? How do you get past that? And then one of the things I said that I wanted them to, at some point in the day, look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself. And then hug yourself. Take your arms, wrap them around yourself, and hug yourself. And I asked them to come back and tell me how that felt. Some people said they felt silly. Some people said it felt good. Some people said they do it all the time. But when was the last time that you took your arms and you hugged you? Right? We can all look for love outside. We can all look for somebody else to hug us. But when was the last time that you took your hands and you wrapped them around yourself the best as you could, and you said, I love you. I love you just as you are, right? We all are imperfect. We all have things that we could be better at. But I love me, finally. I love this dark skin. And I'm going to drape it in orange as much as I can. I am. So, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. The subscriber count is still going up. You guys rock. And I know I need to pick a name for the yarn. I didn't forget. I will do that. I will do that. I promise. I'll do that soon. So there may be a midweek post just so I can pick somebody to give that yarn to so it doesn't go to waste. But do that for me. I want you to love yourself for me. I want you to sincerely say, I love me on purpose. And I'll see you guys next week.